Some incidents or stories are intentionally mistold or obscured. There is often a deeper, frightening truth behind it. Welcome to Alien Area. Dark circles. Crop circles are really a strange thing. The first reports about this made the rounds centuries ago. There are now 150 to 300 new images worldwide every year. And these are rarely just simple circles. Snails, spirals, stars, real works of art are now found in the grain. One hears again and again that huge patterns were created within seconds. Eyewitnesses report mysterious lights above the fields. And it is said that mysterious things often happen in the crop circles. Reporters say that their cameras suddenly became magical and took strange pictures or stopped working completely. Who or what creates these crop circles? Is it electrical interference, disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field, supernatural forces, or perhaps aliens? A farm with crops is hard work. But on the sunflower farm, the grain grows flawlessly every year. The owner of the farm, Frank, is really proud of his work. The animals he has are also healthy and strong. Frank owns cows, pigs and chickens. In summer, holidaymakers also spend their holidays on the farm. His farm is beautifully located on a lake where many of his guests go swimming and fishing. All around the borders of his farm is a natural reservoir with forests and moors. Many hiking trails lead in and there is a lot to see. The location of his farm is in Lower Saxony, Germany. Frank and his family worked hard, but they are very happy with their lives. The area is very quiet and very suitable for relaxing. But not today. Media and press are here. When Frank woke up in the morning to go about his work, he discovered strange circles and other geometric figures in his once pristine cornfield. One of his guests posted it on a social media and the newspaper and media saw the post. These are here to report. There is a real crowd on the field. There are also some scientists here to measure the whole thing. The strange thing is that no one can explain how the crop circles came into being. No stem is broken, there is no physical explanation. Crop circles were reported as early as the Middle Ages and people during that time claimed that the devil and other demons caused them. A few days have now passed since the mysterious grain circles appeared in Frank's fields. In the last few days there were also ufologists and paranormal researchers who had investigated the mystery. But now calm returns and Frank is on his way to the cowshed to milk his cows. His thoughts are still reminiscing about the events of the last few days. One of the ufologists gave him a calling card in case further inexplicable events happened. He had explained that aliens had visited his farm and were using these crop circles as markers to return. Frank puts his thoughts aside and now enters the cowshed to milk his cows. He is horrified to discover that 2 of his cows are missing. The stables are well locked but the cows are gone. He quickly runs back to the farmhouse and calls the police. The police can't find any traces and are baffled by the disappearance of the cows. Frank sits empty in his office and is stunned when he sees the ufologist's business card hanging on his pinboard. Desperate, he calls him and explains what has happened. The ufologist agrees and will spend a few nights with him on the farm. A few hours later he arrives and moves into a room in the guest house. His name is Ralph Saller and he says to Frank, "Thank you for calling me." Alien encounters start inconspicuously and can escalate into abductions and experiments on people. These cases are increasingly occurring worldwide. Nobody knows why these beings are here and what they are looking for. Barricading windows and doors is pointless. Aliens have the technology to walk through walls. The only thing I can do is confront these creatures. It is important not to show fear. Using firearms doesn't help at all. Hand weapons like baseball bats or other impact weapons are better. These penetrate their protective field. Frank says to Ralph, "Thank you very much, hopefully you're right." He goes to his office not knowing what lies ahead.
Visit my fan shop alienaria.myspreadshop.com and view my designs. I have men's, women's, children's and baby fashion. I also have accessories such as hats, mugs, water bottles and bags. Take a look, you are very welcome. Alienaria, the slightly different shop.
It was shortly after midnight when Frank was woken up by Ralph. Ralph tells him, "I was outside observing. First I saw these orbs and shortly afterwards a UFO landed. These beings are here to attack us. Take your bat and follow me slowly." Frank takes his baseball bat and follows Ralph outside. The first signs of the intruders became visible when grotesque creatures emerged from the shadows. Their twisted shapes and malevolent presence sent shivers down Frank and Ralph's spines. Armed with otherworldly weapons and a thirst for destruction, the aliens began ravaging the farm, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Frank and Ralph's hearts raced as they desperately searched for a way to survive this alien-infested nightmare. They both run back into the house to wait for the creatures. Through Ralph's careful observations, they discover a hidden motive behind this inexplicable alien rampage on this farm. The grain circles were not mere phenomena, they were the key to an otherworldly experiment that threatened not just this farm, but the entire world. With courage and resilience, they devised a plan to thwart this sinister agenda. In a terrible battle against alien forces, Frank and Ralph will brave the horrors that await them and fight for the farm, their lives and the future of humanity itself. Both step out of the house and start hitting these creatures with their baseball bats. These creatures have no chance of resorting to their otherworldly weapons. Frank and Ralph chase them away. Injured and beaten, the aliens leave Earth with their UFO. The attack ends in a decisive showdown that puts Farmer Frank and Ralph's resolve and ingenuity to the ultimate test. As the dust settles, the fate of this farm hangs in the balance. But will this nightmare really be over? Or are the aliens just the beginning of a much bigger threat? End of the story.